Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hammond, America on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University. We have Southland Conference Volleyball here on ESPN+. The Southeastern Louisiana Lady Lions will be taking on the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders.
First, the available players. Number one,
a game between a budding program in Southeastern, getting better every year, but this year taking a little bit of a snack. 8-15 record for the Lady Lions. 6-5 in conference for the Lady Lions, though, so that is something to look forward to. But 14-9 for Texas A&M Corpus Christi, 10-1 in conference, so great conference play so far from the Islanders. Some players to look out for the Lady Lions. Kristen Adams playing great so far this season. Cicely Hidalgo making it happen. 362 kills on the season. 4 kills per set on average for her this season. A couple other players. Gracie Dupleshain playing great, getting a lot of assists. 675 to be specific. She leads the team by almost 400. Now looking at the lineups for the Islanders, players to look out for Kendall Payne with 271 kills, but the Islanders with more of a balanced attack than the Lady Lions. And then when it comes to assists there, go to Faith Canhan, 788 assists. There's not another person on the roster with over 100, so some great volleyball being played from Texas A&M Corpus Christi, but the Lady Lions at home today looking to spoil and try to get better standing for the conference tournament.
Number one, Crystal Allen. Number 5, Kiki Hawkins. Number 9, Hannah Hare.
Great atmosphere on the court here in Hammond, America, between these two teams. For the Lady Lions, led by head coach Jeremy White in his 3rd season, and then Gabby Ording, assistant head coach, and then Macabre Rapold, another assistant coach. Then for the Islanders, Steve Green, their head coach, Justin Wong, the assistant coach, and then Sasha Karloff. Some great Southland Conference action coming up here. The Islanders of Texas A&M Corpus Christi versus the Lady Lions of Southeastern Louisiana. We're close to first serve here in Hammond, America. Live from the University Center on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University. For the Islanders to start off, Kayla White, Rachel Young, Faith Canhans, Kendall Payne, Carissa Barnes playing the libero, and Hannah Montez Wingasay. For the Islanders, libero Carissa Barnes, junior from Weatherford, Texas, 5'7", and then playing libero for the Lady Lions today, Callie Collins, sophomore from Allington, Texas. On the first serve, Jolie Hidalgo here. Hidalgo serve. Great play there on the right side. Dupleshain, the one making that one happen, getting the save on the right side and putting it back up. Bringing it back to the right for the Lady Lions. Lady Lions start off with the first point against a team that if you were a betting man, you would take the Islanders. The serve there, again, sets it up. Callie Collins there. Cicely Hidalgo puts it on the ground there. They say great hit there from Cicely Hidalgo getting the kill. Referee said that one hit the ground. So Jolie Hidalgo still back there with the serve. Planted it up there. Great play there from Crispin Adams, just getting on the ball. Making something happen right on the net. There was Crispin Adams making the play. Hidalgo again with the serve. Planted up there. Point for the Islanders there. Faith Panhand's going to get most of the setting action here today, but serving from behind the line here. Gets it over the net. Collins with the hit. Dupleshain to Hidalgo. Great hit there. The kill attempt there from the Islanders, and it'll go in. Montez Wingase with the kill there. 6'2" from Long Beach, California, a graduate player. Hidalgo there, putting it over, and Wingase not able to make the play on it. 4-2 is the score. Hidalgo with the kill there. Crispin Adams back to serve for the Lady Lions. Great play there from Kendall Payne with the kill. Of course, Faith Panhands on the assist there. Faith Panhands, a junior from Plano, Texas. And Kendall Payne serving here, freshman from Hazlet, Texas. 5'11". Payne with the serve there. Hidalgo hits it up to Dupleshain, then back to Hidalgo. And a great play there from Hidalgo, putting it right on the libero, Carissa Barnes' hands. And nothing she can do on the diving play. Will go back to the Lady Lions. 5-3 is the score. Serving for the Lady Lions, coming in as a sub, Ariana Hebert. Hebert over. The kill attempt there goes over the net. Hidalgo chooses to let that one roll, but it rolls in. Coming in for the Islanders, Rachel Young, senior from Frisco, Texas, but back to serve libero Carissa Barnes. Collins over to Hebert, then to Hidalgo. Volleys it up. Great reaction there from Southeastern. Hidalgo again. Getting on the ground there was the Islanders to make a play. Pushed back over by Southeastern. They're going to give it Islander point. Little disagreement there from Coach White. Serving again for the Islanders. Barnes. Lady Lions let it go there. It'll be Southeastern point with Cicely Hidalgo on the serve. Hidalgo gets it over there. Payne with the initial hit, puts it up, then back to Collins. Lady Lions there right off the hands of the defender. Carly Wilkerson, the senior from Springfield, Louisiana, gets the kill there, and Hidalgo will get another chance at the serve. Cicely Hidalgo, a freshman from Lafayette, Louisiana, making a huge impact on this team. Leading scorer for the Lady Lions. Gets it back over there. Great play. But the Islanders able to make Southeastern pay for not having anybody in the area. Coming in to serve for the Islanders, Angel Phelan. Senior setter there on the serve. Hidalgo there puts it back and off the hands of Kendall Payne. And Southeastern out to an early 2-point lead here in the first set. Collins with the serve there. Hits it up. Good set there from Jolie Hidalgo over to Carly Wilkerson, who makes a great play on the ball, gets it across the net, and the Islanders having trouble right now getting under and getting a control on the balls hit to their side. Southeastern doing a really good job keeping them uncomfortable, but as I say that, Kelly Collins sends one out behind the line there. And that will just not do. Coming in for the Islanders, Kayla White, freshman from Georgetown, Texas. White behind the line here. Collins lets that one go, and they'll get the point there. Southeastern, great patience there from Callie Collins to not try to make a play on that one, which easily could have been a playable ball. Coming in to serve for the Lady Lions, Gracie Duplashane, and then Kibby Huggins coming in, freshman from Zachary, Louisiana. Huggins. Duplashane, the great setter for the Lady Lions, hits that one up. Great play there, Duplashane again. Huggins there, putting it right where there wasn't a defender for the Islanders. Just like that, up 4 is the Lady Lions. 11-7 is your score here in the University Center. Hit that one up. A great play there from the Islanders. Faith Panhan seeing the opportunity there to make something happen. Rachel Young with the serve here, senior from Frisco, Texas. Hidalgo over, just a little bit too much power there from Jolie Hidalgo. (11-9) here. Cicely Hidalgo with the serve. Duplashane over to Kibby Huggins. Kibby almost put that right where it needed to be. Crispin Adams also on the floor. Duplashane over to Huggins again. Huggins with a great play. Puts it right where the Islander defender can't get to it. And that'll be another point on the board for the Lady Lions. Serving for the Lady Lions, Jolie Hidalgo. Don't get it confused. There are 2 Hidalgos on the court right now, Jolie and Cicely. Oh, great play there from Crispin Adams, keeping that ball in an awkward position, and then point for Southeastern, 13-9. Southeastern playing great volleyball here to this point in this first set. Jolie from behind the line again. Off the hands of Cicely Hidalgo. Great play from the Islanders there, putting it right where Cicely wasn't able to get to it. Freshman gonna make those mistakes. A great play from the Islanders coming on for the Islanders. Faith Panhans, their great setter. Just a little too much power there for Panhans. 14-10 is the score. The Lady Lions making it happen here. Crispin Adams from behind the line here with the serve. On the ground there to get it. Great play there from Hidalgo. Falls. Looks like she's in pain. Crispin Adams making a great save there. Gets it over was Cicely. Crispin again making a great effort there. Kibby Huggins. Some great volleyball being played here so far. Crispin to Huggins. Huggins puts just a little too much on it. But a great play there from Crispin Adams to just keep it in play. Coming on for the Islanders, Julia Carter serving for the Islanders, Kendall Payne. Payne getting it over here. Julia Hidalgo with the great play. Duplashane sets it up for Kibby Huggins, who just puts just a little on it to get it over. Trying to catch him off guard. Great play from Callie Collins there, keeping it alive. The set there and the hit from Payne back to Collins here. Cicely Hidalgo. Says off the hands there. 15-11 is the score here. We're going to be going to take a break here. 15-11 is the score here in the first set. This is Tyler Thomas for ESPN Plus Southland Conference Volleyball here from the University Center in Hammond, America.
It's a new year and we're excited to be back together. In the classroom.
On the track. In the end zone.
On the field.
In the dining hall.
At the finish line.
In the weight room.
Striving for success.
And winning together.
We are Southland Strong.
We are innovators, nurses, and researchers. We are educators, artists, and champions. We are Texas A&M Corpus Christi. We are Islanders. Enroll today, Islanders Wanted.
We're back here on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana in Hammond, America. 15-11 is the score midway through the first set. Highlights for the Lady Lions: Cicely Hidalgo with 5 kills. Duplashane with 5 assists, and then a couple with two kills. Carly Wilkerson and Kibby Huggins both making the impact off the bench here. Then if you look at the Islanders, Kendall Payne making most of the plays here for the Islanders, but a balanced effort otherwise. And then Faith Panhands with 5 assists. The Lady Lions looking pretty good to start off this first set here, 15-11. The set coming in from Hebert, or the serve. Payne up to Panhands and over to Julia Carter there, the senior from Buffalo, New York. Carissa Barnes, the libero, serving here. Set there over to Hidalgo. On the ground there. Trying to make a great play there. Keeping it alive here are the Islanders. Collins over to Wilkerson. Wilkerson makes a play, but Julia Carter there with that iron wall, not letting it happen. Julia Carter, 6'5" on the court, so not a lot gets past her. Bright spot on defense for the Islanders. Serve. Hidalgo hits it up over to Collins. And Hidalgo back over again. Libero there getting the play. What a great play there from Rachel Young, making it happen. The senior with the little tip over. A lot of the times, especially in volleyball, you don't want to put as much power onto it. Put it right where you need to, and that's exactly what she did there. And it's exactly what the Lady Lions tried to do there. But the Islanders send it right back. 15-15, we have a timeout here. The Lady Lions take a timeout here. Great volleyball being played by both teams. The Islanders catching up a little bit. It was a 15-11 lead at the first break. 15-15 now. The Islanders with 4 straight points off the back of Carissa Barnes serving, but also some great plays from Julia Carter. And then Faith Panhands keeping the offense together as the setter there, making some great plays for the Lady Lions. Not able to get much done defensively there. Getting beaten 4 times straight. 30 seconds left before the break is over. Julia Carter able to make that great play there that really sparked the Islanders' attack there, and they were able to keep it going. Islanders break the huddle first. We'll be getting back to Southland Conference volleyball action here in the University Center on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University. Hammond, America, the site for today's conference matchup between the Islanders and the Lady Lions. Carissa Barnes still out there. Served up Hidalgo over to Aber. Aber over to Cicely Hidalgo, making a great play there to save the ball from hitting the net. Was Payne. Gets it back over Hidalgo. But right there to make it happen was Wingasay. Making that huge play, Wingasay from Long Beach, California, a graduate student. Puts it up there, Wilkerson. Just off the hands of Faith Panhands there, trying to get the setup. Not doing there for the Islanders, and the Lady Lions get another point on the board. It is now tied after that Islanders lead. Cicely Hidalgo from behind the line. The set there, Panhands over to Julia Carter, but a lift called on the Islanders, and the Lady Lions will get the ball back. Cicely Hidalgo, the great freshman, with the serve here. Wingasay off the hands of Jolie Hidalgo, trying to make a play. Great reaction time from Wingasay there to make it happen. Serving for the Islanders, Angel Phelan, senior from Denton, Texas. The serve there. Set up Hidalgo. It'll be point Islanders there. 18-17 is the score here in the first set. Serve there, Hidalgo with it. Over to Hebert, and then Wilkerson putting the ball. That's onto the hands of Julia Carter. A little bit too much power there from Hannah Harrer. Freshman from Defenac Springs, Florida. Phelan with the serve. Puts it over there to Collins, to Hebert, then Hidalgo. Hidalgo getting a great play there. A little bit of a shuffle there. Collins setting it up there. Making a play there, but just no room to make the play. Hebert trying to make it off the hands of Wilkerson. Timeout here from Southeastern. Corpus Christi making a huge swing here, 15-11. Now it's 20-17. So a 9-point swing for the Islanders, a 9-2 run. Making it happen out here. Some great plays from Julia Carter, keeping the balls alive, but also Montez Wingasay. Southeastern having trouble making it happen offensively, and then defensively not able to get anything going. Hidalgo, after the first break, was at 5 kills. Now she is still at 5 kills. So the Lady Lions' weapon being silenced here in the first set so far after the break. A balanced effort from Texas A&M Corpus Christi. 3 sets, three kills, 2 kills, 3 kills on their score sheet. So a balanced effort from the Islanders, which is one of the reasons why they're so good. They have so many people that can score. They can get the ball into places that the opposing team has trouble reacting to. The serve here with Phelan. Hidalgo. Wilkerson made a great play at it, but off the hands of Julia Carter, who is just so hard to calculate for if you're the offense in that situation. Serve goes over. Off the hands there again. Julia Carter just not allowing the Lady Lions to make a play here. On an 11-2 run here is the Islanders, 22-17. Collins with the set there. Push it over, and Hannah Harrer making the play there to finally end the drought for the Lady Lions. Coming in, Crispin Adams. And Callie Collins with the serve behind the line. Callie Collins, the libero for tonight's contest. Set it up there. Adams with a great play. Goes back to Pan Hands, but a lift is called, and they will award the point to Southeastern, 22-19. Collins. Pan Hands over to Carter. Carter trying to make the play, the spike. Nothing doing there. Wilkerson off the hands of Carter. And just like that, we're talking about the 11-2 run for the Islanders. Now it is a 3-0 run for the Lady Lions, scoring 3 straight off the back of Callie Collins serving. Puts that one up there. Off the chest of Callie Collins, not able to move out of the way. That was Rachel Young. From Frisco, Texas, Julia Carter coming off the court after doing so well. Kayla White coming in and replacing her. Freshman from Georgetown, Texas. Up there. Barnes making the play over to Kendall Payne there. Hidalgo trying to get it over. And right now, set point for the Islanders, 24-20. Kayla White. Bear over to Crispin Adams. Off the hands of Pan Hands, but Adams making the play there, trying to keep it alive in this first set. Gracie Duplashane coming back into the contest will serve here. Set up there, Pan Hands. Great play there from the Lady Lions, Kibby Huggins. And my apologies, Crispin Adams with the block there. 24-22. So just like that, they were down 4. Now they're only down 2, and they'll go to a timeout. But great back and forth contest so far here. We had the Lady Lions going up early, and now we have Texas A&M Corpus Christi making the comeback. But great contest here from Hammond America and the University Center. A surprise player for the Lady Lions here today, Carly Wilkerson with 4 kills. Cicely Hidalgo not being as much of a nuisance to the opposing team as she normally is. And then for the Islanders, Rachel Young playing great volleyball with 5 kills so far, but a more balanced effort from both teams here makes for some great volleyball. 24-22 is the score. A great spike there to end the set there. 25-22 is the score here from Hammond America. We'll catch you back in the next set. This is Southland Conference Volleyball on ESPN+. Welcome back to Hammond America. We're on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University. First set goes to the Islanders of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. But a back and forth contest in an area that maybe a lot of people wouldn't have expected. It was a back and forth defensive contest. A lot of play time in that first set between these two teams. Tyler Thomas on the broadcast here today. Great volleyball from both teams. Some interesting things to point out. Cicely Hidalgo, the leading scorer for the Lady Lions, held to only 5 kills in that first set. More balanced effort required from the Lady Lions that time. But for the Islanders, Rachel Young with 5 kills. And then also a more balanced effort from them as well. 12 assists for Faith Panhands. She leads her team by almost 700 assists on the season. So Panhands making it happen so far, just like normal. We will start the second set here. Remember, the Islanders took the first set 25-22. Panhands with the serve here. Collins lets that one go, but turns out to be the wrong decision as the Islanders are awarded the point there. Panhands. Collins making the play there over to Huggins. And then a great play there from Kendall Payne and Leah Stolfus, making that one happen. 2-0 already. Panhands. And then just an amazing play there. Almost didn't even give the other team a shot. Kendall Payne seeing the opportunity and just taking it off the botched set there from Callie Collins. Collins again has to get low for that one over Hidalgo. The Islanders keep it alive. Panhands there over to Payne. Payne just a little too much on that one. It'll sail out of play. As Hannah Hare coming back in for the Lady Lions, and to serve Crispin Adams. Set over there, the libero making the play there. That's Carissa Barnes for the Islanders. Play there again. Payne puts it on the hands of Hannah Hare, and Hare just sends it right back. A great attempt there from the Islanders, but nothing doing. Puts that one over the net there. Panhands over to Barnes. Barnes just putting it over safely there. Still playing there. Wingasay there. Huggins putting some power onto that one. Putting it on the floor there. Nothing the Islanders able to do. And Kibby Huggins just like that, getting another kill to her name in this contest. Adams with the serve. Great attempt there for Cicely Hidalgo to make it happen, but having to get on the ground was just hits too much there from Adams. So Wingasay puts it onto Crispin Adams' hands, and it just sails out of the ballpark. Kendall Payne coming up to serve here. Doesn't get it over the net, though. Not enough air time there for the serve for Kendall Payne. As Carly Wilkerson comes back in for the Lady Lions and Ariana Hebert. Taking it back behind the line here is Hebert. Great recovery there from Panhands. Wilkerson there, puts it on Panhands' hands. Say that 3 times fast, that's tough. Panhands not able to corral that when it goes out. Point Lady Lions. Aber again. Just puts that one over. Callie Collins having a dive for it. No one there. Jolie Hidalgo puts it over to Barnes. Panhands. Great play there from Leah Stolfus. Leah, freshman from Denton, Texas. Barnes with the serve here. Aber over to Hidalgo and puts it on Carter's hands. And Carter not able to do anything on the dive, and it will be Southeastern point there. Cicely Hidalgo behind the line here. Hands over to Carter. Carter puts it right on Aber's hands, and that one will sail out of play. Actually took a course for my head there. Angel Phelan, also from Denton, Texas there with the serve. Wilkerson. Hidalgo with the play again. Aber over to Wilkerson. And off the hands of Barnes. The Lady Lions will get another point to their tally, 7-6 here. Callie Collins back for the Lady Lions to serve. Great play there to keep it just inside. And then another play from Panhands there to get it away. Not able, letting it come to the other side, but a little too much power. A little too much power on the ball there under her hands, and she just couldn't corral it. 8-6. Panhands trying to make a play there, and she does. Sees the opening and takes it. Coming in to serve for the Islanders, Kayla White. White over to Hidalgo. And Jolie with a great play there. Jolie Hidalgo. That's where Southeastern is really good, where they're able to put the ball almost into the ground. And the Islanders showing that they don't have their best ground game here today. Dubuchain. Crispin Adams making a great play on that one. Panhands with the set. Payne there gets it over, but it'll be Islander point off the lift. Rachel Young serving here. Gets it over to Hidalgo. Crispin Adams on the play there. Gets it in, and that's point Southeastern. Crispin Adams showing a lot of aggression there. Nothing the Islanders could do on that one except sit and watch and get ready for the next serve. Jolie Hidalgo back to serve here. Panhands over to Payne there, and Payne with the great play, getting the point. Back and forth so far here in the University Center. Panhands just doesn't get enough on it there. The Lady Lions will take the point there, 11-9. 11-9 set to Crispin Adams with the serve there. Panhands over to Stolfus there. Hidalgo getting it back over for the Lady Lions. Wingasay there. Some great plays here from both teams, just keeping it alive. Wingasay still alive. Barnes with the play there. Still alive. Hannah Hare making the play. Just gets it over. We have a treat here. Hidalgo, Wingasay. I don't even know how to call this one. Gets it over there. And the Lady Lions take what may be one of the most, just one of the craziest set of plays I've seen in a long time. Crispin Adams still serving what seems like a year ago. Gets it over now. Panhands seeing the opening again. She's been so good on that slow roll, getting it into the area where there's just no one there. Julia Carter back in. She's been so instrumental defensively.
Come on, Tez and Julia, play some D. Let's go.
Kendall Payne. Hidalgo there. Over to Cicely Hidalgo. Oh, wow, what a play from Carter. Getting it back over. Huggins getting it there, not putting too much on it, just put enough on it, it seems. 13-10 is the score. Carly Wilkerson coming back in with Ariana Hebert. Sam Dumity coming in to the contest for the Islanders. Getting it over there. Off the hands of Dumity, who is from, and let me say this correctly, Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Very interesting location. Panhands not able to get there, and Hidalgo puts it on. 15-10 is the score in set two here. The Lions up again. We'll see if they can get revenge for that last set when the score was very similar going into the first set break. This is Southland Conference Volleyball on ESPN+.
It's a new year and we're excited to be back together. In the classroom.
On the track. In the end zone.
On the field.
In the dining hall.
At the finish line.
In the weight room.
Striving for success.
And winning together.
We are Southland Strong.
15-10 is the score here at the University Center, campus of Southeastern Louisiana University in Hammond, America. Tyler Thomas on the call here in the University Center. Ariana Hebert. A lot of aggression there on the play there, but a lift called on the Islanders, and it'll send it right back to Hebert. 6-point lead for the Lady Lions. Just a little too much there from Hebert. Had a great set going. Barnes coming in to serve for the Islanders. Barnes suiting up as the libero for tonight's contest. Junior from Weatherford, Texas. Collins saving that one. Hidalgo. Panhands right there making a play, then Carter. Carter puts it in a place where Jolie Hidalgo just couldn't get there. 16-12 is the score here. We're in the second set. The Islanders took the first set 25-22. Barnes. Collins over to Hebert, then Hidalgo. Wingasay there with great defense. But an infraction called there, Islander point. 16-13, set two. Barnes here. Puts it right into the net. Cicely Hidalgo there with the serve. Panhands over to Wingasay. Just too much power there from Wing a save. Just like that, Southeastern has an not an 18-point lead, a 5-point lead. 7 points, so 8 points away from, no, 7 points. Sometimes my math leaves me 7 points away from match point. Or set point. Great play there from Dupleshain. Putting it right on the hands of the defender and nothing she could do. 19-13 is the score. Cicely Hidalgo with the serve here. Cicely getting it over there. Barnes trying to get it to Panhands. Panhands gets it over to... I'm a little confused what happened there. Oh, Southeastern point, a lift was called, I assume. Getting it over there is Hidalgo. Over to Panhands and Wingasay. That time had just enough power. Gets it on the back line there. 20-14 is the score. Gets it over there. Collins over to Abear and then to Hidalgo. Off the hands there of Angel Phelan, and 21-14 is the score. Just like that, Crispin Adams coming back in, and then Callie Collins to serve again. Callie Collins also suiting up as the libero here tonight. Just over the net there. An ace for Callie Collins. At this level of volleyball, you don't often see those, but an ace nonetheless. Callie Collins gets it over again. Panhands is trying to make that play she's been making all night. Crispin Adams putting it on the hands of Carter and Rachel Young there. But they weren't able to corral it, and it is Southeastern point, 23-14. Callie Collins gets it over, plants it there. Plays it over Callie Collins, over to Abear, and then Wilkerson. Panhands trying to make a quick play there. The Hidalgos keeping that one safe. And then Carter getting it on the right side, just inside, 23-15. The Islanders not out of this set yet, but a very, 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 very large lead for the Lady Lions, especially this close to set point. Kayla White with the serve there. Cicely Hidalgo making the play, and then Jolie. But a great play there from Faith Panhands. (23-16) is the score. White again with the serve. Hidalgo having to get on the ground for that one. Wilkerson. That wall for the Islanders played very well there. That'll be Islanders' point off of an interference. 23-17. And there will be timeout called on the court. 23-17 is the score. Both these teams showing flashes at each time of some really good volleyball. But also both these teams making some mistakes here tonight. Some great volleyball here in Hammond, America. We're at the University Center on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University. Cicely Hidalgo certainly understood the assignment here today. 7 kills so far, and Carly Wilkerson with 6. And then a balanced effort for the Islanders. No one over 5 kills, but 4, 5, 4, 5, 3. So balanced effort, but in the assist category, it's not balanced for the Islanders. 16 for Faith Panhands. She's been everywhere on the court making it happen. And then for the Lady Lions, you got Gracie Dupleshain with 9, and then Ariana Abear with 12. So those players are instrumental in their team's offense to this point. 6-point lead for the Lady Lions, 2 points away from sealing this set. Kayla White back to serve again. Hidalgo to Collins. Jolie Hidalgo having to make a play there. Panhands over to Rachel Young there. Rachel Young making the play. Just like that, 3 straight points for the Islanders. White. Great save there to keep it alive was Barnes. Collins. Wilkerson again, trying to make something happen. Throws me a very nice ball towards me. 23-19, 5 straight for the Islanders here. White over to Hidalgo, then Hebert. Hebert just sees the opportunity and just takes it. What a great play there from Ariana Hebert. Set point for the Lady Lions. To serve set point is Gracie Duplichin. 24-19. Duplichin. In there for the Lady Lions. They had to look at that. That's one of those you can't hit and you have to let it go, whatever the consequences are. 25-19 is the score for set 2. The Lady Lions take one. It's 1-1. We are here at the University Center on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University. This is Southland Conference Volleyball on ESPN+. Back here on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University, 1-1 is the score so far here between the Southeastern Louisiana Lady Lions and the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders. Some bright spots for the Lady Lions, who won that last set. 7 kills for Cicely Hidalgo, and then 6 for Carly Wilkerson, Kibby Huggins with 5. So a more balanced effort for the Lady Lions in this game than what has been in the past. And it's led for them pretty well. They've been able to make some plays. They have won a set against a team who is 10-1 in conference play. So if you're the Lady Lions, you're feeling really good about this right now. But if you're the Islanders, who've just lost a set, and also a balanced effort, but losing a set here on the road, Lady Lions trying to make something happen here, trying to get another conference win that would put them in a better position for the conference tournament. Remember, the Lady Lions 6-5 in conference, but 8-15 overall. And then the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders, 14-9 overall with a 10-1 conference record. But 5-4 on the road, so where they are most susceptible is the road. Now, Julia Carter for the Islanders playing some great defense. She's probably been, other than Panhand's, probably been one of my players of the game because Southeastern's been sending a lot of power shots their way and playing some great defense there. A balanced effort offensively, though, for the Islanders. Not one that you can really pinpoint, but Panhand's getting 5 kills and also 18 assists. So everywhere on the court doing everything that is possible that you can do on the court. And then for the Lady Lions, 14 assists from Ariana Hebert, and then 9 from Gracie Dupleshin. Dupleshin leading the team, but Ariana Hebert being the backbone of this game so far. 1-1 set count here in Hammond, America. I'm Tyler Thomas here with you on the broadcast tonight between Southland Conference foes, Southeastern Louisiana University and the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Islanders. Some interesting stats for the Lady Lions. Cicely Hidalgo, Gracie Dupleshin, Carly Wilkerson, and Crispin Adams have all played every set this season for the Lady Lions. Serving for the Lady Lions, Hidalgo. And then just a great play there. So nonchalantly just slamming that ball into the ground was Leah Stolfus. Cassidy Barnes with the serve here. Barnes getting over to Jolie Hidalgo, then Cicely trying to make a play. Wingasay there says no, and then Wingasay again trying to make something happen. Collins diving for that one, and then Huggins will put it right in the hands of Panhands. And it's Cicely Hidalgo making a great play defensively there. But Wingasay winning that battle 2-0 is the score. Islanders up here in the third set, but that one will bounce off the net. 2-1 now. Something that Southeastern has done really well so far today is being in the right place at the right time. Getting a lot of savior balls and hero balls so far. Panhands over to Young there, and Young just slamming it down. Just as I say that Southeastern's done a great job of being in the right place at the right time, there was no one in the right place at the right time for the Lady Lions. The serve here from Phelan over to Hidalgo. A great set there from Panhands. Hidalgo. Just in there for Hidalgo. Point Lady Lions. One of those types where, oh, I apologize. I was watching the wrong volleyball game. Point Islanders. Hidalgo puts it on the hands. And then Carter. Collins again making great play. Over to Huggins. Huggins doing just enough to get that one over. 4-2 is the score here. Carly Wilkerson and Ariana Hebert coming back into the contest for the Lady Lions. Ariana Hebert having one of her best games of the season so far today. The serve here. Carter. Collins again getting on the ground. Great play there, keeping it alive. Hidalgo. Just a little too much power there, but gets it in. Kayla White coming on to serve there. 5-2 is the score. White. Too much there on the hit for the Lady Lions. Corpus Christi will get another point on the board, and White will stay behind the line here. Hidalgo. Great play there, getting on the ground. Hidalgo with the slam there, putting it on to the hands, but nothing doing. Wilkerson. A great defensive effort from the Islanders there, but Wilkerson able to get the best of the defender there, and Cicely Hidalgo will be on to serve here for the Lady Lions. Hidalgo gets it over to Barnes. They tried to recover it on the net and do so successfully. Rachel Young behind the line here. Hidalgo's scrambling for that one, trying to get on the ground there. A ball that she probably didn't need to play on, but she did. And the Lady Lions pay a point for it, 8-3. Young with the play there, over to Hidalgo. Wilkerson. Too much power there from Wilkerson. 9-3 is the score for the Islanders. Southeastern will call a timeout. Right here, interesting game so far. We have one set where the Lady Lions go out to a big lead and then lose the lead. And then we have a set where the Lady Lions come out and they get a lead and keep a lead. And now the Islanders get their first big lead of the game. But right now we will go to a break. 9-3 is the score.
It's a new year and we're excited to be back together. In the classroom.
On the track. In the end zone.
On the field.
In the dining hall.
At the finish line.
In the weight room.
Striving for success.
And winning together.
We are Southland Strong.
Back here on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University, Rachel Young behind the line to serve for the Islanders. They are up 6 points here in the third set. Set count 1-1 here. Just gets it over the net there. Abear over to Hidalgo. Hidalgo trying to make a play there. Nothing doing. As Lady Lion point, though. Callie Collins. Play there. Just a great play from Panhan. She has hit the Lady Lions on that one about 3 or 4 times here tonight, and it has been successful a lot. Just seeing the opening there as Panhan's having just a phenomenal game for the Islanders so far, and with the serve here. Just gets it inside. That's an ace for Panhan's. Just talking about how great she's been playing, and she gets an ace on her first serve. 11-4. Callie Collins having to go down to the floor for that one, but just gets it inside. Great play there from Callie Collins. Coming in, Gracie Duplachane and Kibby Huggins. Duplachane from behind the line here with the serve. 11-5 is the score. Barnes over to Panhands, and then to Wingasay, and Wingasay just powers that one into the hole. Nothing you can do there if you're the Lady Lions. You just get ready for the next serve. Kendall Payne. And just way too much power there from Payne. That one sails into orbit for Payne as the Lady Lions will take over. Jolie Hidalgo with the serve here. Great serve there from Hidalgo. Panhands. Stolfus there trying to make a play. Keeping it alive is Stolfus making two great plays there to Wingasay. Collins over to Hidalgo. Panhands, Wingasay again. Almost takes Callie Collins' head off. And it's 13-6. Barnes, the libero, with the serve again here. Just gets it over the line. Hidalgo puts it on the hands of Barnes. Kimmy Huggins puts it on Carter's hands and gets the point. Julia Carter has been great defensively so far for the Islanders. Just over the line was that one. Great plays from the Islanders to keep that one alive. That was a circus. And then just out of play for the Lady Lions. The Islanders get the point. If you're the Lady Lions and you're down 13-7 in a set, those aren't the type of points you like giving up, the ones that you could get back. The serve here just goes absolutely nowhere. Leah Stolfus doesn't get it across the net, that one. Now coming back in for the Lady Lions, Wilkerson and Ariana Hebert. Hebert having a phenomenal game so far to this point. Wilkerson as well. Getting it over there is Hebert. Barnes getting on the ground for that one. Young. Southeastern not able to keep their server on the court here so far. They'll win an exchange, but lose it right on the serve. Kayla White. Line up, Hebert, Hidalgo. Young making a play there, but Hidalgo keeping it alive. Panhands. Hebert over to Hidalgo. Panhands and Young making a play, and then she foots it, but nothing happening there. But great reaction there from the Lady Lions. And Hannah Hare making the play there. You gotta laugh about that one. It's one of those memories you keep forever. When you kick it into the face of your teammate. And then Hidalgo gets a great kill off the hands of Kylie Flippalick. Filippiak. I'll get that name right eventually. Barnes to Panhands. Panhands tries to make a... She's just been so good on those rolls. Just those casual rolls where she can just get the ball right over the net. You know, not usually the person you look for to get a lot of kills, but Panhands today seeing the court very well and just getting those plays and making them. Hebert trying to get that one over, and now it's definitely a lift for the Lady Lions, and it's 18-9 just like that. Texas A&M Corpus Christi rolling in this third set. Callie Collins over to Stolfus. Hidalgo picks it back up to Hidalgo. Hidalgo to Hidalgo. And then Panhands just making that move look easy. Southeastern calls a timeout. 19-9 is the score, though. if you're an Islander fan and/or an Islander student, you are very happy with the production of Faith Panhands so far.
You said it was our point. Okay, all right.
Panhands discussing. I believe that the point was called for the Lady Lions, in which that would mean that the scoreboard. But no speculation here. However, either way, a great play from Panhands to read the court. We will see in a second, but some great volleyball being played from the Islanders in this set so far. Panhands with 8 kills and 25 assists. Almost pulling a double-double here is Panhands. Being everywhere on the court here.
Hey,
18-10, I believe, is the score now. As a Southeastern serve, a very interesting experience there. Great play from, or great attempt there from Crispin Adams. It'll be Lady Lion point there as a little contact at the net there. A little interference from the Islanders. Now that point that I gave that was given, or at least we thought was given to Panhands, has been taken away and applied to the Lady Lions. Great play there defensively for the Lady Lions. Making it happen, though, is the Islanders keeping it alive. And Payne making Southeastern shuffle on that one, 19-11. Is the score. The Islanders still up 8 here. Still in the driver's seat in this third set from Hammond America. The serve, Panhands. Collins over to Abear. Panhands still keeping it alive. Great reaction from the Islanders there. And then Crispin Adams puts it right in her chest, but she keeps it alive. Panhands doing everything, even taking body shots for the Islanders, but Southeastern able to get the point there. Gracie Duplichin coming in and Kibby Huggins. Southland Conference offering some great volleyball players and some great action here tonight. Duplichin gets it over. Barnes trips on that one, and it'll be an ace for Duplichin there. Duplichin here. Just gets it over, but they will keep it alive. Payne there getting it back over. Crispin Adams and Panhands puts it up, sets it up. Keeping it alive, though, is the Lady Lions. It'll be point Lady Lions, though, on the lift.
That's a great day, Chris. Hey, let's go.
Serve here. Just goes straight into the net for Gracie Duplichin, and the Islanders will get the ball back to serve. Ella Luttrell coming in to serve here, her first appearance in this ball game. Sophomore from Puyallup, Washington, I believe is how that's pronounced. Crispin Adams there. Panhands over to Carter. Carter puts it in on the hands of Hidalgo. And Panhands just not able to get to that one. 20-15. This is one of those matchups where even when the score says it's a blowout, like it was 19-9 earlier, or 18-10, it still seems like both these teams are playing to the best of their ability at this point. Doing a little floor doctoring here are the Islanders, 20-15. Jolie Hidalgo. Barnes over to Panhands, then to Carter. Hidalgo diving for that one. Dupleshin trying to make a play, just not able to get it, but a great effort there from Dupleshin trying to make it happen. It's one of those ones where it's just almost impossible to get where you need it to go. Barnes with the serve, 21-15. Callie Collins over to Hidalgo. Off the hands of Luttrell. Keeping it alive is the Lady Lions, though. Kibby Huggins over to Panhands. Carter sails out on Carter there, 21-16. Carter been instrumental defensively, but a few of her bringbacks have been a little too powerful today. Crispin Adams. Luttrell. Panhands keeping it alive there. That'll be point Islanders, just off the tip of the hand there is the signal. 22-16. Serving Filipiak. Panhands keeping it alive there. Carter puts it on the hands of Hannah Hare. And what a play from Hannah Hare. She's been so instrumental on the net defensively. We'll have some substitutions come in. Carly Wilkerson and Ariana Hebert, a tandem that when they come in, the Lady Lions tend to put more points on the board. Ariana Hebert serving here, 22-17. The Islanders up. Let's serve Luttrell over to Panhands. Panhands seeing the opportunity again, trying to keep it alive there, but a great play there from Carly Wilkerson. Just slams that one to the other side. Like I said, the pairing of Ariana Hebert and Carly Wilkerson has been very beneficial for the Lady Lions. Luttrell puts that one up to Panhands. And then Young will make the play there, but Callie Collins laying out for it, trying to keep it alive, but nothing doing for the Lady Lions on that one. Carter coming off, and Luttrell coming off for Kayla White to serve. Hidalgo up to Hebert, then Cicely Hidalgo on the kill there. Puts that ball in a place that no person could have gotten it. 23-19 is the score. Cicely Hidalgo, I apologize, on the serve there. Panhands over to Young. Callie Collins keeping it alive for the Lady Lions. Panhands again. Payne just manhandling that one and getting it over the net. 24-19 is the score here. Set point for the Islanders. Cicely Hidalgo, then to Hebert, then Jolie Hidalgo. Panhands over to Payne. Hannah Hare putting that one on Filipiak, and Southeastern keeping themselves alive here, 24-20. Callie Collins. Payne with the hit back there. Ariana Hebert over to Crispin Adams. Filipiak keeping the ball alive, and a miscommunication there from the Islanders, 24-21. Callie Collins. Out there by Callie Collins, and that is set point for the Islanders. We will go to a break here. The Islanders up 2-1 against the Lady Lions here in Hammond, America. This is Southland Conference Volleyball on ESPN+. We're back here on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University in Hammond, America tonight for some phenomenal Southland Conference volleyball to this point. Set score for this game so far is the Islanders are up 2-1 over the Lady Lions. The sets have looked like 25-22, 25-19 Lady Lions, and then 25-21 Islanders. So 2-1 for the Islanders. Now these sets have been back and forth. We've had a huge lead from Southeastern in the first set, huge lead from Southeastern in the second set, a 10-point lead from the Islanders in the third. So this has been a game of runs so far. This has been a game of runs and teams trying to keep up with each other here. For the Lady Lions, 10 kills for Cicely Hidalgo, and then 8 for Carly Wilkerson, 18 assists for Ariana Aber, and 12 for Duplichin. And then for the Islanders, a balanced scoring effort. Rachel Young with 9 kills, the most on the team. But then you look at Faith Panhan, 7 kills, 28 assists. She's filling up the box score, trying to get a double-double here. Set 4 beginning, set to start right now. Cassidy Barnes, or Carissa Barnes, I apologize, Carissa Barnes with the set to serve here. Hidalgo over to Duplichin, then Hidalgo. You can just tell how excited they are on that one. Southeastern, a team that is excited to be competing together. Crispin Adams over to the Islanders, keeping that ball alive. Duplichin there, Hidalgo. Just a little too much power there from Hidalgo. Kylie Filipiak coming on to serve here, puts it just over the line, and Southeastern holds there. Southeastern able to keep that one without a mistake. Ariana Aber serving from behind the line here. 2-1 is the score. Hebert been playing great today. Barnes not able to get that one, just bounces off the hands. It just looks like it rolled the wrong way. And they'll send it back to Ariana Hebert. Hebert. Flipiak just lets that one roll past her, and she'll stay safe there. Kayla White with the serve here. Been probably the most successful server for the Islanders. Barnes keeps that one alive. Southeastern point there. That one just a little too wide. Cicely Hidalgo from behind the line here. Barnes over to Panhands there. And then Payne able to make the play there. Rachel Young on the serve here. 9 kills to her name so far in this contest. Hidalgo skies that one. Callie Collins there to try to make the recovery, and then Hidalgo will just send it back over to reset. Panhands over to Payne, and off the hands of Collins there. Payne able to make the play there, 4-4. Some electric gameplay from these two teams so far. Panhands over to Payne. Payne puts it on the ground, but Hidalgo picks it up. Jolie Hidalgo there trying to make a play. What a great play from the Islanders to keep that one alive. Wilkerson slams that one in, though, and that's point for the Lady Lions. Wilkerson been so great. Callie Collins back to serve here. Just over the net there, Panhands to Payne. And Payne will put that one in no man's land. And Corpus Christi will tie the set up 5-5. Back to serve, Panhands. Wingasay coming in for Flipiak. Panhands gets it over. Wilkerson getting it back over after a little bit of a mishap there. Wingasay puts it on Jolie Hidalgo's hands. And that'll parade out of play there. Panhands with the serve here. Wilkerson. Great defense from the Islanders there, but Southeastern trying to keep it alive there. That ball was destined for the ground there as the Islanders get the point there. Panhands back to serve again.
Pick it up, get a couple.
Just a little too much power there from Panhands. Gives Southeastern another point. 7-6 is the score. Dupleshin here. Payne over to Panhands. Then Stolfus making the play there. Barnes keeping it alive. Panhands again. Stolfus putting it right where Crispin Adams was able to get a hand on it, but sails out of play. Kayla White coming off in favor of Julia Carter. Kendall Payne on the serve here. Dupleshin over to Hidalgo. And that's in for the Lady Lions. Even some of the Lady Lions players didn't really know what to think of that one, but the call came in. Ella Luttrell. Jolie Hidalgo with the serve here. Hidalgo gets that one over. Luttrell just looks at that one, and great play from Luttrell not to play that one. Luttrell, sophomore from Pulliup, Washington. I sure hope I pronounced that correctly. Barnes with the serve here. Julia Hidalgo giving out for that one, then Sicily making the play on that one, though, but Julia Carter and back to Luttrell. Panhands trying to make a play on that one, but it'll go out of play. 9-9 is the score here in this set. Or 8-9, I apologize. Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Barnes over to Carter. And Crispin Adams making a play there, not able to do anything. Hidalgo gets it over. Wingasay not able to make it happen, and the Southeastern able to keep it on the right side of the net for them. 9-9 is the set score. We are in the fourth set here. 2-1 in favor of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Crispin Adams puts it up. Panhands serves it right up for Rachel Young. Kylie Filipiak coming in to serve. Duplashane there, puts it up to Hidalgo. Hidalgo just doing what she's been doing all season so far. She has been the leading scorer for the Lady Lions and showing why she is the leading scorer, just making plays like that. Ariana Aber and Carly Wilkerson coming back in. A set that when you see one of them, you almost always see the other. Ariana Aber. Barnes to Panhands. They're going to call an interference, say that it was on the Islanders' side. Kayla White off the ground there with Cicely Hidalgo. Then Wilkerson makes the play there. Not a good enough reaction from the Islanders there. 11-11. We have a tie here in set 4. Hidalgo gets it over. Sets it up for Payne. Corpus Christi making a great play there. Payne making the hit. Southeastern putting a little too much power on their response. And it'll be Rachel Young back to serve for the Islanders. Aber over to Hidalgo, and then off the hands of Panhands. It'll be A&M Corpus Christi ball. Rachel Young keeping it going. Aber over to Hidalgo. A great set there from Aber, and Hidalgo with a great play on the ball. Callie Collins back to serve for the Lady Lions. Puts it up there. Panhands trying to make a play on it. Southeastern keeping it alive, though. Aber to Wilkerson, and Wilkerson will slam that one down. Just a little bit out of play here, 14-12. The Islanders with a 2-point lead here in set 4. Panhands with the serve here. Gets it over. Hidalgo gets that one. And Crispin Adams, too much power on it. 15-12. We will go to break here. Texas A&M Corpus Christi up 15-12 over the Lady Lions. A little bit more left to play in the fourth set here. Will we go to a fifth? This is Southland Conference Volleyball on ESPN+. back on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University. We have a ball game here for you. 15-12 is the score in the fourth set. Texas A&M Corpus Christi up over the Lady Lions. Texas A&M Corpus Christi is up 2-1 currently. Panhands with the serve here. Collins trying to make a play there over to Abear and then to Wilkerson. Panhands back to Collins. Just too much power there from Hidalgo. And it'll be 16-12.
Hey, good job, Taz.
The name I was looking for was Wingasay. Wingasay was the one who set up that play.
Leah, nice work.
We're going to get shots.
Serve here from Panhands.
Questionable to return.
It'll be Texas A&M Corpus Christi point there off the botch from Southeastern. 17-12. Panhands gets it over. Slams that one. Crispin Adams keeping it alive. Wingasay here. Cicely Hidalgo keeping it up. Crispin Adams again. Barnes making the play. Panhands over to Wingasay. Collins got that one back to the Islanders. Great attempt there from Stolfus, but the Lady Lions will hold defensively. Duplichin and Huggins coming back in for the Lady Lions. 17-13, they are down 4 currently. Duplichin will get it over here. Great play there from Stolfus, just a little too much on it. But nonetheless, a great reaction there. Just not enough execution on the play. Duplichin with serve, just gets it over the net there. Panhands over to Payne. Payne hitting that one a little too far left there. We will award the point to Southeastern again, 17-15. Southeastern narrowing the lead here. Picks it up. Panhands over to Wingasay. Wingasay just puts that one over. Crispin Adams making a play, but the defensive wall of the Islanders keeps it going. Stolfus over to Payne. Payne making a play again. Panhands keeping it alive. Wingasay there, just with the little finger roll there, will get it right over the net. Wingasay making the play there. Julia Carter and Latrell coming in for the Islanders. Latrell gonna serve here. A botched play there from Hidalgo. Just rolls off the fingers there. It's one of those things we talked about earlier with her being a freshman. It's one of those growing pains that you'll get into. We're going to go to a timeout, though. Texas A&M Corpus Christi up 19-15 over the Lady Lions. Some stats, some notable stats to talk about here. Panhands, Faith Panhands, 7 kills with 36 assists. So she has just been active on the court in every capacity you can think in volleyball. She's been serving it, she's been hitting it, she's been killing it. I mean, she has just been everywhere on the court so far. And if you look for the Lady Lions, Cicely Hidalgo and Carly Wilkerson have kept up with the kills. But as far as assists go, it's been an even split between Duplichin and Ariana Abear, 21-16. 21 and 16 for that matter. 2-1 sets here for this Southland Conference volleyball game here in the University Center on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University. Tyler Thomas on the broadcast. We're in Hammond, America for a great night of volleyball here in the Southland Conference.
No, we're talking about actual robbery.
It'll be Latrell with the serve here. 19-15. Gets it over, and a miscommunication between the Hidalgos there. Or for that matter, a lack of communication there from the Hidalgos, not making a play there. Dupleshin over to Hidalgo. Hidalgo getting the ball. Barnes over to Panhands, and then Wingasay just making a play, but Hidalgo right there for it. Barnes over to Panhands again, and Wingasay again. Keeping it alive, Crispin Adams not able to make a play there. You can see the frustration on her face. Trying everything she can on that front line. Latrell again with the serve here. Oh, we'll throw it right into the net there. Southeastern gets the point there. It'll be 21-16 here. Serve there from Jolie Hidalgo. Sicily making the play there. Kibby Huggins not able to corral that one. Julia Carter on defense there. That iron wall of the Islanders making some serious waves tonight. Barnes with the serve. Collins on the ground. Just another miscommunication from the Lady Lions, not able to make that play. There'll be a timeout here called by the Lady Lions. 23-16 is the score, a 7-point difference here in set 4. If Texas A&M Corpus Christi wins this set, they will take home the match. The Lady Lions need to score 9 points to keep themselves alive in this set, or keep themselves alive in this match. A lot of great play from names like Carissa Barnes, Kendall Payne, and Faith Panhands making some great plays. And for the Lady Lions, Cicely Hidalgo, while making a lot of mental errors tonight, something that you take when you bring a freshman into a program. But you have someone like Carly Wilkerson who's, doing a lot on the offensive side. And then for the Lady Lions, Ariana Abear and Gracie Dupleshin sharing the load as far as setting is concerned. Texas A&M Corpus Christi comes back onto the court, 2 points away from taking this fourth set and taking home a victory. Gets that ball over. In there for Cicely Hidalgo. Southeastern will get a point. They're trying to stay alive here. Trying to extend their conference record to 7-5. But the 10-1 in conference A&M Corpus Christi Islanders are looking to stop that and become 11-1 on the season. Panhands over to Rachel Young. Nothing doing there. There'll be a substitution here on set point for A&M Corpus Christi. Serving Kylie Flipiak. Collins gets down on the ground. Dupleshin over to Hidalgo. Hidalgo gets it in there and keeps them alive again. 6-point difference here for the Lady Lions and the Corpus Christi, the Islanders. Islanders up 6. They are leading 2-1 set count. Ariana Abear back to serve. Puts that one up. Panhand's not able to get to it. 24-19. Southeastern still alive in this one. Ariana Abear, if you want someone to be your server to keep you alive, Ariana Abear is the one. Puts it over there. Barnes to Panhands. Then to Young. That'll be Southeastern point. Again, they're staying alive here. 24-20. Ariana Abear keeping them alive here. Barnes, Panhands. Panhands saw the opening. Collins gonna get it back over. Hands over to Carter. All right, Bear over to Hidalgo. Barnes. Southeastern staying alive, but nothing doing there as Texas A&M Corpus Christi will take the victory here in Hammond, America at the University Center, 3-1. A lot of great volleyball played, but if I were to name a player of the game tonight, it'd be Faith Panhands doing everything on the court here tonight. But we will go. Thank you for watching. For Tyler Thomas and crew, this has been Southland Conference Volleyball on ESPN+.